also like to invite Mr. Ramashriya Yadav, Chief Executive Officer, Real Estate Practice, Edelweiss Financial Services Limited. I think not only the front people, the back benchers as well. Can we have a huge round of applause, please? Thank you.
There's a reason why I'm coming to you at the end of this round of conversation. I would really like you to sum up the takeaways from each of the participants. The way I'm hearing it is that, look, yes, it's a big opportunity, you cannot deny it, but I'm also hearing some amount of hesitation in terms of why are we saying that it's, it should be the private sector as long as it's being built by anybody. It could be by the homeowner himself. The reason why I still harp on the private sector is because if it is a $1 trillion opportunity, then why not have the private sector be part of it? Except, and this is something that anybody in India's residential real estate needs a magic wand to feel energized again, excited again about the business and see a bright future. And we were thinking it's going to be affordable housing, but somehow that's not how I'm reading it.
You have given me the most ironic question to sum it up. I think we live in a very strange state of economy in India. If you look at from a long-term perspective, India looks one of the best places to bet on. But the moment you start looking at now, then the question just reverses, and the answer is that there is a lot of problem. And incidentally, I have lived through the euphoria of real estate, and I have seen it in the year between 2004 to 7 when the land bank became a huge opportunity because India needed housing. The good part is that India actually needed housing. And there are a lot of houses. Everything that was projected by our friends there on the extreme left was delivered. But in that process, we also met with a lot of accidents. The whole land bank initially created the euphoria and only got wrapped up in the Excel sheets. Unfortunately, today the affordable housing seems to be giving me the same signal that happened between 2004 to 7 for the entire real estate, where almost everybody you talk to is so euphoric about the overall $1.3 trillion affordable housing opportunity that almost everybody is doing it, whether it is financing, whether it is developers, whether it is the other institutions. I think we have literally forgotten who. And the first who is who's buying and how. And that's where my friend Ashutosh raised the point. If you look at Aadhaar verdict yesterday, this itself is going to delay for the customers, the overall process of financing, and not just delay, it is going to increase the cost of evaluation itself for our friends and us by almost 4 to 5x. Now this problem is today, right? This problem is today. The second is almost every developer that you talk to talks about infra, FSI, but my request to all the developers when they start is that they should start talking about the consumption and start taking real estate seriously as a consumer business rather than a land bank or a story business. I think we need to come out of the story and live in the reality and start the ground hitting afresh. And that would be my summing up.
Ram, that's the market, isn't it? Everybody wants to crack the code on that 25 or let's say 25 to 50 lakh bracket. My question is there a huge pent-up demand in that? There's enough meat in the game for all developers to seriously get down to the drawing table and rewire their organizations, their working methods, the technology, the capital, make the hamburgers, as he said, and get it right?
I think there is no second thought about the size of the opportunity. And as you said, when building organization, building that capital, I think the most important thing for the developer friends here is more often we consider equity as a burden. But equity is not a burden, and because Ashutosh has already touched it on the retail side, the buyer. I think on the supply side, equity is the real cushion that you need to have. Your profit is not your equity. Your equity is your skin in the game. You cannot put 1 rupee and then try and raise another 10 from a financial institution and hope that buyer comes with everything else. Look at the buyer. He puts 15 to 20% straight. From month 1, his equity only keeps going up. Look at your model. You put 1 and your extent of equity only keeps down, right? So my simple suggestion to the developer community would be that build equity. Equity is the real cushion. And I'm sure my friends will come back and tell me that, there are startups raising millions of dollars. Why can't we? And the answer to that would be every startup starts small, is very well calibrated in their approach. You guys can't start the first project. I have some friends here in the crowd who would start the first project with 50,000 houses. You just can't do that. Build 500. Build your equity, build your organization, and then go next. So I think this is the caution that I would want to, let you know that equity is cushion. It is not a load. You can't run this model entirely on others' money.
Yes, this is special. This is the Real Estate and Infrastructure Investor Summit 2018. Thank you so much, sir.